Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman, Handy Andy on Demand. Welcome back to another project recap. Carol and Dean were wonderful. We have so many great customers, and these guys are like it. And what you find with this business is really people become like family to us. We're trusted. It's me, my brother, and 30 guys doing this stuff. We do everything. The only honest headache with us is getting us on the phone. You just have to be patient. When you look at our reviews, that's the one thing that people say over and over, but they also say they're worth it. I'm a single dad most of the time. My brother's on the other end of town, so we're running all over the place. And I'm not just a salesperson. We work on these jobs. My brother and I are both active with the guys. That's how we get the quality of the work that we do. And so on this one, we redid this chimney on the left side right here for Carol and Dean. Some of it had been redone about 9 years ago when they bought the house. And the challenge in doing these sometimes is when you're not re-siding the whole house, the boys will err in what they try to do. You see where the bottom edge of the siding lines up here? But then it's off a little bit as you move to the face. Well, they did that so it's not so obvious here in this inside corner that the siding's been replaced. So all of this now is James Hardy plank. It was a mix on here. Some of the stuff, there was a little bit that another contractor replaced back here on the left side, and we were able to save that for them in here. So this bottom portion of siding was somebody else's, and then the guys have come in, they've painted everything to match all the way up through here. So they did a great job there. You know, and people, we get these calls all the bloody time. Well, you bid, and I can't remember what the number was for this chimney, but let's say it was $2,500, or you bid $2,500 to do this chimney, and Billy said he'll do it for $1,500. Well, then go to Billy. Don't call us. And the difference is in the materials. This is James Hardy plank siding. If you're using Nietzsche siding, it's going to crumble and fall apart. My workers are on a job this morning that someone did the job 2 years ago. We bid the job. The customer went with the other contractor. The other contractor was $1,000 less than us. He hung Nietzsche siding with finish nails. All of the siding is either deteriorated and crumbled because it's on a chimney. There's nothing wrong with Nietzsche siding, but in areas like this chimney, you see where the gutters hit right there? You can't see it in this video, but there's kick-out flashing now on either side of that. In the earlier video, you'll see that siding had deteriorated because the water was getting between the gutter and the siding, and it just rotted it all out. Most builders do not install kick-out flashing because people, you know, they're not going to climb up on a ladder and see it's not there. And so at any rate, this other customer went with another contractor. The siding is either deteriorated because it's getting too much water, it wasn't caulked properly, and they hung it with finish nails, so high winds are just knocking the siding off. So now that customer's got to turn around and spend, I think that job is $3,500 to redo the whole thing, and they only did it 2 years ago. So on jobs like this, people like us because we do the electrical, we do the plumbing, we do the painting. We still hand paint. People laugh at us. Back here they had an issue at the doorway here where water was getting in under the door whenever it rained. And so you can see they put, this is, and you'll see this on an inspection report sometimes, this down here is a threshold support. It's pressure treated, so it's going to have to cure out for about 3 or 4 months before they can stain that if they want, or just leave it as is. They put a new threshold in there. They put a door sweep inside because she was getting water inside the house. It was starting to stain their flooring and the walls inside the house. And then they replaced, you can see back here, they came again, this is Hardy plank siding. This is called grained and beaded. You see it's got the little bevel in it. So this is, the siding above it is masonite siding, I believe. And so we've replaced these bottom rows because from the splash, water coming over the gutter and splashing on the patio, most painters, when they spray paint, they never get the bottom edge of the siding, even though painters will tell you spray is better than hand paint. Use your common sense, people. That's really what you want to do. And so they've come through, they replaced this all the way across. If you look at the earlier video, they had some pieces in here. You really can't blend in siding. If you've got like this upper row right here, see the butt joint where two pieces come together, if that piece were rotted, you have to replace the entire row. It's not contractors trying to add to your ticket, it's just that these sidings are different dimensions, and if you're gonna make a repair, you go all the way across the row, which is what these guys did here. And then there was a shingle up on the other side of the house that the boys have replaced. You know, it's a good idea to walk your house a couple times a year, and if you do that, you will catch so many of these repairs before they get expensive. There's always more stuff for us to do, even on this house. You can't catch everything in the first go run. You can actually see, if you look at this vent boot up here, the bottom edge is open to the elements. It's never been sealed. So is that one. So every time it rains, guess where that water's going? Same thing on this furnace vent up here, that metal one. That needs to be repainted and seal the bottom edges, because now every time it rains, a little bit of water is getting in there and it's going to rot your decking. Stitching time saves 9. This is another happy customer. They'll be probably writing us a 5-star review. That's honestly the hardest part of what we get going on in our business. If people are happy with you, they never say boo for the most part. They might tell a friend or a neighbor. They get busy and they don't write the review. So this company completes 15 to 30 projects a week. Some of them are small, some are big. It's all over the place. We do everything from paint to full house remodels, kitchens, bathrooms. We just did a huge remodel up in Kennesaw. We do a lot of small baths, any kind of trim carpentry work, but we're a one call does all kind of a shop. When we talk about ridge shingles, I'll just show you this real quick just so you can kind of tuck it in your memory bank for yourself. When you're walking your house, you want to look up here. If you come back to the earlier video, you can see up through the sky. That's a ridge shingle right there, and the birds will come and kill prey up there or crack snails open or whatever they're doing, and those shingles will get damaged, and then the water gets in and rots it. On this side of the house, if this customer will budget to come back and have us just caulk and repaint this side of the house, this gets the most weather, it'll prevent them from having to replace this siding. You can start to see, if you look at the bottom edges, you can see the peeling and the swelling at the butt joints, and so we'd rather spend some money and paint this thing and avoid spending the $5,000 or $6,000 to replace the siding on this side of the house. I'm Andy with Handy Andy. We've been out here for 27 years, Atlanta. It's hard to believe. Thanks to the business. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. We're at 770-912-2829. Bye for now.